Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Giving all praise to the Most High and His Son Yahweh. We're the Battle Axes of the Most High. I'm Soldier Razatak. This is Soldier Donald. The Officer Berakai behind the camera.
Shalom.
Coming back to you on the First Works Friday. I hope all is well out there. Hope y'all had a good day today at work. Or if it was your off day, all praises. But we back into the Sabbath, man. Trying to get our spirits right. Passover is coming up. So, I hope brothers and sisters getting that living at their house, and more importantly, getting that living out of their minds or their hearts, which is the mind. But sorry for the technical difficulties. And I know we started with 9:47, damn near 10. But, the word ain't gonna go out void. So I know it's past some of y'all's bedtime. We got to be back up here like 12 or really like 11, 11:30. But y'all be all right, man. Like anytime you get the word of the Most High God, hey, it just feeds your spirit and He gonna give you some type of rest. But tonight's title is "Who is a God like unto thee?" Who is a God like unto thee? Because sometimes we gotta bring out classes like these every now and then, to remind our people, who is a God like unto our God? Ain't nobody do the things that the Most High God do, man. Especially for us, even though we stiff-necked and hard-headed, rebellious, and all these different type of words, yet the Most High God, He still fight for us, man. Like, they can do sin 100 times over or whatnot. The Most High God, He'll still give them some type of grace. But then, with us in this truth, we know better. So, our grace won't be so much as, sufficient, if so to speak, if that's a lack of better words. But at the same time, He still showed us grace throughout our whole life, because all the years of the evil that we was doing versus now, hey man, that's grace. But we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into this thing. The first precept we're gonna get is Psalms 145 and verse 8. Shabbat shalom to everybody that's tuning in right now, or that's in the comment section.
The book of Psalms, chapter 145, verse 8. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy.
So it said the Lord is gracious and full of compassion. So, Most High God, even though we know He killed and He make alive, like, even when it comes down to it, He's still gracious and has full of a whole lot of compassion for us. And then He said He is slow to anger and of great mercy, because we don't piss the Most High God off too many times throughout history. But every single time He say, it repented me to do this to the children of Israel. Hey, Israel, come back to me. Y'all my people. And I said that y'all was gonna have this covenant and the promises and the kingdom and all that type of good stuff. And It says, and of great mercy, because even going into like the Passover, look what the Most High God did for us in the time of the Exodus. But go ahead.
Verse 9, the Lord is good to all, and His tender mercies are over all His works.
So, they're going to try to take that and talk about the Lord is good to all, now to all Israel, the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. And it says, and His tender mercies are over all His works, because all the works that He does for us, like, whether it be Him waking us up in the morning, or Him raising up the sun, giving us the moonlight, giving us water, shelter, and all type of good things the Most High God do for us, man. That's what type of God we serve. But go ahead.
All Thy works shall praise Thee, O Lord, and Thy saints shall bless Thee.
It says, all Thy works shall praise Thee. So, like, even every single work the Most High God did, best believe it's going to get some type of praise, man. Because what other God can do? That's why He even said, like, because the Most High God is a jealous God. He said, go and cry to your guys and see if they can do the things that I can do. Roughly paraphrasing. And then He says, O Lord, and Thy saints shall bless Thee. We know who the saints is, man. Twins or Abraham, whoever, whatever brother or sister that's in the comment section, what's the saints precept? But keep on reading.
Verse 11, they shall speak of the glory of Thy kingdom, and talk of Thy power.
So it said, hey, we're going to speak of the glory of Thy kingdom, because that's really all it boils down to. We're trying to keep these commandments so we can make it into the kingdom. And it says, and talk of Thy power. Good. Ain't nobody got no power like the Most High God. But we can go to the next precept. The next precept is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 10. One second. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that precept. I probably wrote it down. Next precept we're gonna get is Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and of good. So like be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee.
He will what?
He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
So it says, be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. Because we know the Most High God, he never gave us a spirit of fear. The only person we're supposed to fear is him, man. You know, his son Yahweh shall, of course. But it says, like, you know, even like at the top of it, it said, be strong and of good courage. Because we got to be strong in this thing, man. Hey, you know, even when we was in the world, we were still some strong people, man. But now that we got this word, we even stronger spiritually, though. Right. And then it says, for the Lord thy God, he it is that doeth go with thee. Because everywhere we go, the Most High God, he's always with us, man. He got his angels with us, you know, protecting us even when we go out to camp tomorrow, Lord's will. But go ahead.
Verse 7. Yeah. And Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, be strong and of a good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it.
Because even Moses, you know, he once his days was being fulfilled for him to pass on, hey, Most High God basically rose up another prophet, which is Joshua, because you know Moses, he couldn't go to the promised land because you know, hey, Israel pissed that man out, man. He made him strike the rock, man. You know, Moses was at fault, but hey, Israel was at fault too, man. Hey, that's why he said, don't provoke one another. They ain't. But you know, Joshua, he took that stead and he started, you know, being that new leader to Israel and letting them know that, hey, the show must go on, man. Hey, if the most mightiest of the mightiest brother fall or sister fall, you got to keep on striving, man. Because you got to, you know, seek out your own salvation with trembling and fear. But go ahead.
Verse 8, and the Lord, he it is that doeth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed.
So it's basically reiterating itself that, hey, through all these things, man, all of the atrocities that's going on with our people, mentally, physically, and spiritually, hey, just know the Most High God, he's still gonna be with you, man. You just gotta, hold the end of your bargain up, man. Hey, because when we said we was gonna keep the commandments, that's a covenant, man, that we made with the Most High God. And we did that thing in blood. So, you know, I don't know. I know some people, they take their things a light thing, but no, man, keep the commandments is the only way you're gonna get that covenant, man, that righteous covenant. You know, the one that we had back then, the most important is new. Well, you know, we already had the one back then, but you know, we're trying to get into this new covenant. We ain't got to teach no man his neighbor anymore. Or we ain't got to worry about the sorrows and the crimes and all these different things that's going on right now. But next precept we're gonna get is Matthew chapter 28, verse 20.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 28, verse 20. St. Matthew, chapter 28, verse 19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.
So even with this, going back to that teaching all nations, it says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." Again, we got the little, the scattered precepts, James 1:1, with Deuteronomy 4:27. Then, like, even with baptism, like, we know that's the word that's washing our people away, man. Well, not washing them away, but like, cleansing them of their evil deeds, man. Because when it comes down to the heathen, they ain't finna keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. But when it comes down to that word and this baptism, hey, Israel gonna do that all day. Well, at least 1/3 of us is, and that 144,000. It says, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. Hey, what's the Holy Ghost? But go ahead.
Even think about it like this, and I just thought about this with the Spirit. The Lord don't even want the heathen to baptize themselves, to cleanse themselves of them sins and iniquity, because He want their sins to fill to the heaven. Mm-hmm. We the only people who get the opportunity to try to get a clean slate and do right with the Lord. The heathen don't get that opportunity. He want their sins to fill to the heavens. Sin as much as you can. Do everything wicked, because when my son come back, he got a list. What would avail it that an Edomite repents at the very last second? Should he be saved? I'm sorry for killing all the black folks. Come on, man. It makes no sense. The Lord say what He say, man. And if you look at it from that aspect, you can see all nations can't even be baptized. Then the Lord be alive, man. We know that never happened. But then I thought that
it's like, hey, they're gonna be baptized, right? They're gonna be baptized through blood. That's all that's gonna be, man. But like even with that, man, like, I don't see how people like, just sit there and be like, well, all people can be saved. And time again, it's always saying that Israel. Then you got people talking about spiritual Israelites and all these different things. Oh man. But let's go and keep reading.
Verse 20. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen.
Because even with like these other nations and stuff, they ain't trying to be taught nothing, man. They'll teach us they history or his story and all these different things and whatnot. But when it comes down to us, they ain't trying to hear what we got to say, man. Because we saying that, hey, Most High God, He's only for one nation of people. Hey, you got to keep these commandments. You got to do this, that, and the third. But they like, no, this is my friend Joshua, or this is my friend Jody, this is my friend Pookie, and all these different type of names that we have. And then, Most High God say, hey, no hand join in hand, the wicked ain't gonna go unpunished. So if you in the way of that, you're gonna get destroyed too. Because we can't keep on falling into the ways of these heathen and expect the Most High God to fight for you. But go ahead. It says, and whatsoever I commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. Because even with that, it said, even unto the end of the world, going into this world. Because hey, this world got to end for the next world to come. That's the world of Israel. But next precept we're going to get is Romans chapter 8 and verse 38.
Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord.
That's mighty, man. Like, you think all these different things, and none of these things can, drift us off, away into like, our own ways, or like separate us from the love of God, man. That's how much love the Most High God got from you. Hey, it says what death, life, angels, and we know angels, hey, they powerful in the mud. Hey, Jacob, hey, he try to get up on one, man. And it says principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature. So going into the Leviathan, they can't even touch us, man. Or he can't touch us. I believe it is. Shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ our Lord. So, that's just something we really got to meditate on, man. Like, as long as you keep on doing what you got to do in this truth, Most High God say, hey, can't nothing touch you, man, unless I say so. But the Most High God, he'll give us trials and tribulations, but like we always bring out, hey, if the Lord love you, he chasten, man. That don't mean he don't love you. That don't mean he separated himself from you, or vice versa. But next precept we're gonna get is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 17. The Lord thy God in thee. So like the Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. Is what? Is mighty. Is what? Is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing.
So all these precepts, they just really precept with each other. Like we keep on saying, this thing is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. But go ahead.
Verse 18, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Was a what? Was a burden. Read on. Verse 19, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Because the Most High God, he looked at Israel as a woman. So he said, hey, all these things, hey, let's believe, hey, if you're being afflicted, it's going to come to the seas. Hey, and then he says, I will save her that halted. Like anything that's just a stumbling block to it, he's going to stop it. He says, and gather her that was driven out, where we were scattered to. And he says, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So in every land, because it says that we's gonna become an astonishment among all nations, what the Lord shall lead us. Hey, but he's gonna reverse it. All these blessings gonna come upon us and overtake us, man. And they gonna have to come to us, man. They gonna have to cleave unto us. If they bring in all type of gifts and stuff to us, they gonna be serving us forever, man. And then the Edomites, they gonna serve us for a time, and they get burnt off the face of the planet. So I mean, it don't get no better than that. Even like how we was always talking about, like, just imagine if the Edomites was up there in heaven with us. Most High God even knew that wasn't a good idea. That's why he said, man, I gotta, get rid of. They try to, overthrow y'all again. Y'all just have a forever beef up there, man. The Most High God, he got his things in order, man, up there. So he ain't finna have all that different type of chaos,
man. They can't make it to the kingdom. Just think about their spirit right now. Right. I will ascend to the heavens. I will be like the Most High God. I will be a God. I'm a man. So just think if that was to get to heaven. I'm here now. So me being here, I am God now. You're going to worship me now, nigga. You see that nigga behind me? He ain't nothing. Think about it.
That's crazy.
They can't make it, man. Think about all their attributes. Their attributes is anti-kingdom. Literally everything they do is against the Lord. Think if he put them in their place. He put them up there in heaven to be right with us. Guess what? They would try to be Yahweh. They don't even care about Yahweh Shah. They don't care about him. They would try to be Yahweh, man. I am wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Think about these things that the heathen are. If they call themselves wiser than Daniel, they try to be wiser than the Lord, man. They can't make it.
Of course they can't touch the Most High God, but even when it comes down to it, they'll damn well try.
They could.
Hey, if they could, they would. The Most High God, I mean, his most powerful creation is his son, man. If he ever created something like that, they still be weak because later one people shall be stronger than the other. Christ, he had came out of that, the trial of Judah, man, the damn Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
So he just be a whole lot of things that, you think about. At the end of the day, can't go above our damn pay grade, search out not the things that are too hard for me, but, when it come down to it, we're going to ask Christ, different type of questions and stuff. Well, what if this happened? What if, all type of questions. Where's the way to fire, like Israel asked? But next precept we're going to get is Micah chapter 7, verse 7. Some proudful people, man. But I got the title say, who is a God like unto thee? And most high God, that he let you know, hey, I'm gonna show you what type of God I am. You destroy these people that think they can be. Right.
They don't know the way to fire. You might know the way to fire when that bomb dropped on their ass. How heavy did it feel? Shit hurt.
They gonna get the physical fire and the spiritual fire. Man. It always survive.
The book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 7. Therefore, I will look unto you, the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me.
Micah spitting that fire, man. He said, hey, therefore, I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Like, man, you gotta speak bold like that, really. Say all the time, man. As much as you can. That's why, Isaiah 45:17, we should be ashamed or confounded. Hey, we gotta speak. Hey, like you said, we gotta speak great words about the Most High God. Look all the things He did for us, man. Spiritually and mentally, physically. Even with the state of our people and like the states and different things that we're going through. I mean, it's light affliction, man. Hey, anytime it get hard, hey, all we gotta do is just call on. But let's keep on reading.
Verse 8, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy.
Uh-huh.
When I fall, I shall arise.
Uh-huh.
When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me.
So, hey, Mike, he speaking bold. He said, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Hey, what is light? But go ahead.
It's under like smoking.
Right.
He leave.
Looking at
For real, man. 'Cause guess what? You gotta have that much confidence in your Lord, man. My Lord God. You can just say it like that. Like, because if you know you're keeping the law, statutes, commandments, guess what the Lord said? He'll fight for you. And you gotta believe that thing, because that comes with keeping the commandments. If you don't have faith like Abraham, faith is all of these people, like you read in Hebrews chapter 11. Guess what? You don't believe in the Lord that much, man. You gotta know that the Lord will deliver you from your trials and tribulations. If He wrote it, guess what? The Lord gotta make good on His word just as much as we gotta make good on ours. That's what Job was like. Okay, well, I'm finna see. Edris was like, okay, well, I want to see. You giving me these tasks and things to do. Well, I want to give you something too. And guess what? Hey, the Lord said, well, prove me, try me, and watch how I do it, man. You gotta trust in the Lord, man. Watch him work, man.
That's why, like throughout the Bible, it always saying, ask thy elders, ask thy fathers. Because every last one of them, they went through some type of turmoil. But at the end of the day, the Most High God, He always showed forth His praise, man. He always showed forth His works. Like, y'all gonna go through this for a certain amount of time. But best believe, when it's that time for me to, put my hand in, put my right hand in, which is Christ, hey, you got nothing else to worry about. Same thing with this captivity, man. It's not gonna last forever. You see the things that's approaching, like even with these eclipses, and that's really been going on for years. But I know it's a video that's going viral. It's like I know you had sent in the group chat where it looked like a little. I say it's a cherry, man. That's all it boiled down to, man. Because like it looked like some people said it was like a ghost or something. Nah, man, that was a damn angel rolling by. Just showing Most High God's marvelous works, man. Like, Most High God, He always have His angels doing like little stuff like that, man, to show them, hey, y'all don't know who y'all messing with, man. Y'all think y'all can fight my son when he come back, or fight these legions of angels that I have, but hey, I ain't gonna stand a chance. But he still, but I'm talking about the Most High God so powerful. Who is a God like unto thee that, you know, he gonna put it in they minds to, you know, still fight against us, knowing they gonna lose, right? So like it's like they gonna be fighting. Like, I know I can't win, but I'm still gonna go. You know, try to. I'm like, man, the Most High God gonna put a strong delusion on them in that day. He got a strong delusion on them right now.
That's right.
Hey,
Right now. Right, I'm telling you.
They talk about them UFOs like they got them down to a T.
Right.
We know how to catch them now, nigga. You
Yeah,
done seen videos of they fastest jet chasing a UFO, and all of a sudden the UFO disappeared.
It disappeared on the
Jet ass looking dumb as hell.
yeah, I thought y'all had a light speed type of jet and stuff, or breaking sound barrier.
all that. It don't matter, man.
Y'all barely breaking
don't
the
matter.
sound barrier, man.
The damn chariot ain't even in the damn continuum,
Right.
man. If we want to be over there in the twinkling of an eye, he could be there. Y'all work out the speed of sound and the speed of light. Nigga, just blink.
Right. What that guy said, I'm out there, man. I'm tired, nigga.
Blink.
So, you know,
Do a class on that, just on the chariots.
Twinkling of an eye.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Exactly the title of twinkling of an eye.
The twinkling of an eye.
it's like he would my favorite anime, Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
instant transmission, man. Like, hey, bro, y'all ain't even got to that point yet, man. Just transporting from one place to another.
Name a jet that can just grab you by your head and put you in a whole different country in the twinkling of an eye. Without ripping your head off, without giving you G-force to where
all
your brain
that
ain't
shit.
scrambled,
Exactly.
where you ain't cockeyed or loose face or
Exactly.
nothing like that.
Your ears popping.
Don't none of this happen.
No ears popping, none of that,
Don't pull out your hair.
huh? Right.
Don't
None
even
of
mess
that.
up your do. Just pick you up, drop you, take you back.
At the speed of light.
Within a matter of a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes.
Going from one side of the world to the other.
And I would say 1 minute or two. That's just for the interaction. Because it's this. Man, come on, man. Esau, y'all behind like a mother.
Behind like a
Y'all try to make superheroes and stuff like Superman and stuff. The man is steel, he faster than the speed of bullet. Negro, y'all got it from the Bible.
They got it from the Bible.
We're gonna be Lord, we're gonna be leaping on walls, doing some damn Kamehamehas.
I don't know.
Dragon fist.
Come, verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. It will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Because like Mike had a good understanding. He was like, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. So because that's all the Most High God just wants. That's the God that we serve. He like, as long as you confess it that you messed up, then I can deal with you. But you niggas that just gonna keep on rebelling, talking about I didn't do it, or this, that, and the third, just, doing all these different type of things, man, knowing that you're doing wrong, but you thinking that you can hide it from the Most High God, because like we always bring out, you can hide it from man, woman, and child. But when you can't hide it from your house side, you can't hide it from the Most High God, and then like even on the lower level, you can't even hide it from the angels. They writing everything that you do or say. So at the end of the day, the Most High God, he gonna reveal all these things, man. So just keep on, confessing your faults one to another, man. Confessing your faults to the Most High God, and he'll deal with you. But go ahead.
Verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God?
Hey, Tommy, this proudful Babylon, America, man. With Statue of Liberty, I wish the Most High God just knocked it down when he struck that lightning.
Right, I seen that.
Hey, but it's talking about like the Edomites as a whole, as well as the other nations that's in covenant with them, so to speak. But it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Hey, we gonna be like, he right there. Hey, keep that same energy as we say. But go ahead.
Come. Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Hey, most like God always say, hey, they shall build, but hey, I'm gonna throw down, man. They gonna be trodden down, man. We talking about trucking and like we be seeing in the NFL and like college games and stuff. Hey, they gonna be really be charged down, man.
That's right.
But can you read? Yeah, you can read that.
Verse 11. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed.
Because like even like in the spiritual aspect, I was just thinking about Issachar, like how they be doing Issachar. Like they be building, having all these walls built up and stuff. Like and, trying to keep them out of their own land. Hey, most of the guys say, hey, that decree is gonna be far removed, man. They gonna get through this mud.
Verse 12. In that day also he shall come even to thee from Assyria, and from the fortified cities, and from the fortress, even to the river, and from sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. Notwithstanding, the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doing. For the fruit of their doings.
He's gonna be collecting us from all over, man. And he says, hey, notwithstanding, the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doings. So, hey, this land is gonna be desolate, man. You ain't gonna see nothing but, we say dragons and or like, creeping crawly things that's gonna be over it. Hey, this land ain't gonna be able to be inhabited, man, but by those things.
All right.
And it says, for the fruit of their doings. Because, hey, they was just casting, evil fruits all this time. The Most High God say, hey, whatever you reap, you're gonna sow. Man. So whatever you sow, you're gonna reap. But let's jump down to verse 18.
It's going right into the past. Oh, boy.
Verse 14. You gonna get it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Come. Verse 14. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitary in the wood, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the days of old.
This is going into the history of the Passover, man, with Moses and the Israelites. But go ahead.
According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, will I show unto him marvelous things.
So, as soon as you got out the land of Egypt, hey, he was showing us marvelous things, man. Hey, he split open the Red Sea. He had Christ right there in the chariot, man. Guiding us through that mud. Had Moses right there in the forefront of it. But go ahead.
Because think about it, he's talking about a future prophecy that's gonna happen. But he said, hey, the same way. That's why the Lord said, man, hey, that's why Michael was like, man, feed the people with the rod. The rod gets with the correction, the understanding. They're the sheep in the right way. And he said, fleet the flock of thine heritage. And I'm telling you, man, he said, in the feed in Bashan and Gilead in the days of the land of milk and honey, man. We know we had all that from Mount Gilead. We had all of these places. Man, it's tough, man. Michael was in the spirit with that thing. He said, as in the days of Egypt.
The spirit of the Baptists that had, showed us that. So he's like, hey, ain't nothing new under the sun. So things that we seen in the time of Egypt, it's gonna be the same thing in this time, man. Hey, the Most High God, it's just one big movement, man. The Most High God got planned out. They ain't even over, man.
All right.
Well, go ahead.
Come, verse 16, the nation shall see and be confounded. The nation shall see and be confounded at all their might.
So it said, hey, the nation shall see this thing, and they gonna be confounded, man. Because like the Most High God, he's just with all these things. He like, hey, you shouldn't be ashamed nor confounded. But these other nations, they gonna be confounded, man. Because they gonna see the works that I'm gonna do for my people, man. But go ahead.
They shall lay their hand upon their mouth. Their ears shall be deaf.
Hey, he said, I'm talking about they gonna be so starstruck that, hey, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing. They just gonna be, hey, listen around and die at the sight of these things, man.
They had a mighty army. They thought the U.S. Army and all these things was the top military in the world. Russia think they got the most nukes and that. Man, wait till the Lord crack that sky, boy. Niggas gonna probably turn the bomb on themselves and try to kill themselves before they Lord come back, boy.
That's exactly what a lot of them gonna do. I'm like, hey, you ain't gonna be able to run from the Most High God, man. For real. Because I know, that pose, it still stuck with me, man. Like, you know, I brought it out last week, but you know, talking about like you know, they can't escape the Most High God. You know, they say that they went to Mars and all these places, but if they could leave this mud, they would have been left instead of building bunkers.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't leave this mud, man.
Okay. That's right.
Y'all gonna have to. Y'all ain't even gonna endure it, man. Y'all gonna a whole lot of y'all gonna be killing yourself, but the Most High God gonna have his son probably raise y'all back up. He gonna kill y'all over. He gonna do some top notch thing we ain't never seen, man. Like, you know, they try to put it in perspective of like how like aliens invade this mud. Hey, Most High God have his son invade this mud. It's gonna be way worse than what y'all be putting, man. But like you said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, man. Most High God, he's the author of all these things. He said, I created good and evil. So hey, all this evil that you think that you doing or putting in these movies, hey, I'm gonna do it 10 times worse or doing it in real life.
If he's the author of beauty, he got to be the author of destruction. So you wouldn't even know what destruction is and how bad something can get if he didn't even give you a taste of it. I'm telling the Lord, he gonna do some bad things, man.
We're gonna touch on it because you know, I mean, we can go ahead and say it now, but we still gonna touch on it. But like what Exodus 15:3 say, the Lord is a man of war. So if he's a man of war, just know, hey, he love to fight, man. But hey, at the end of the day, you know, we gonna have our peace and stuff, but hey, we still gonna have somebody in submission, man. It ain't gonna be us. Go ahead.
Verse 17, they shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth.
They go there, them buckets, man. So they shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. You know, they gonna be trying to, like, you know, scatter like roaches and stuff, but you can't run from this stuff, man. Hey, you was big and bad whenever you know, your house shot was gone and stuff. And now that he's back, don't tuck your tail between your legs now. Hey, face that thing. So go ahead.
They shall be afraid of the Lord our God.
Read that again, man.
They shall be afraid of the Lord our God.
Yeah, damn well gonna be afraid. Yeah, I don't care how proud he is. You still gonna have that fear on you, man. Because even with us, man, like, yeah, we ain't got no might in our hand just for this season. But hey, somewhere in y'all heart, y'all fear us, man. Like, you know, yeah, because whether they shoot us down in the streets and do all these different atrocities to us and stuff, hey, they fear what we gonna become. And they fear what we doing right now. And all we doing just breathing. We ain't bearing arms or nothing, man. Like the Black Panthers and the Bloods and Crips and all them, man. We just got the best weapon in the world, sharper than any two-edged sword. But hey, y'all can't even have it. Hey, because one thing about it is they always had this nigga that could read. But hey, we read the best book, the best weapon in this world, man. So, hey, go ahead.
That's crazy, man. Just think about it, y'all. They kill us in the streets because they scared of us. But they know we don't got no military might.
Right.
We don't got no financial power, no government power. We have no legs to stand on. Yet they look at us as one of the top enemies. If we not ordained and if they didn't see that spirit on us, man, I'm telling you, man. Why don't they do that to Ham?
That's right.
I don't do that to Moab because they know if they mess with them Moabites or something, guess what? Kim Jong-un and depending on weed is gonna send out 2 bombs over here, bro.
Yeah.
Guess what, man? They doing this to our God, man, because why the Lord making them do it, man? That's crazy, man.
Like, even another Dragon Ball Z reference, like I brought out before. Like, even with Frieza, you know, the Saiyans, that was Israelites all day, man. But Frieza, he feared what the Saiyans was gonna become. Because, you know, Frieza was thousands, probably millions of times stronger than the Saiyans, man. Talking about the top 9 Saiyans probably were like, what, 10,000? No, bro, there. Probably a little more.
Nothing to them.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think about 10,000. But anyway, you know, but Frieza, he was still afraid what the Saints would become because, hey, by themselves, they ain't nothing. But he seen like, hey, they were getting stronger by the minute. And they were multiplying like a mud, man. Hey, being fruitful and multiplying. Then, hey, one of them started turning Super Saiyans and stuff. You know, he heard the legend. Well, he thought it was a legend, but hey, somewhere deep down inside, he was like, nah, that's for real. And so, you know what he did? He decided to destroy the whole planet for Jesus. Hey, then again, hey, most I got, he still had that remnant of the saints. And hey, who took him out? Hey, Goku. Wait, and who gonna take out these people? Hey,
I was shy.
Hey,
Amen.
let's keep reading.
Come. Verse 18. Who is a God like unto thee?
That's the title of the class. Who is a God like unto thee? Go ahead.
That pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage.
Of his what?
Of his heritage.
So it says, who pardoned iniquity and passed by transgressions of the remnant of his heritage. So what God can do that besides him, man? What's like God, hey, like you said, like he full of compassion, man, and have a whole lot of mercy for us. But he still pardon these things. He says, of the remnant of his heritage. Yeah, you know, it's not gonna be all this.
That's right.
It's gonna be that 1/3, that 144,000.
He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy.
Hey, most I got, he delighted in mercy because even with it, like most I got, he don't want to destroy us all, but he know that hey, all these people just not gonna give it, man. Hey, he said, hey, I chose who I want to choose. That's all it is to it, man. But go ahead, because hey, even when we get into the kingdom, hey, we're gonna be fruitful and multiply. Hey, what do you say? We're gonna have little nations, little small nations running around this world, man. Hey, no pains and women delivering babies and half the time that they have them now. Hey, that's a joyous thing, man. I want to be in that thing. I know brothers want to be in that thing, man. But hey, reverse back to the same thing. Keep these commandments, man. But go ahead.
Verse 19, he will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquity, and thou will cast all their sins into the depths of the sea.
But do y'all hear that, man? He said he gonna cast all our sins into the depth of the sea. Like just like how when Yahushua had, cast them cast that spirit into all them pigs. What they do, they all ran into that the damn sea. Hey, that's similar to like how our sins is. He gonna cast them all into the sea like nothing happened. Like, hey, all these things that y'all was doing, hey, don't you worry about it. Hey, you up here with me, and I'm gonna have these laws and statutes and commandments in your minds, man. I ain't gonna do no wicked thing before me no more. Everything that all the other, what the 2/3 and all them, I already cast them out. But y'all, I know y'all gonna do right by them. But go ahead.
Come, verse 20. Thou will perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old.
Hey, it said Jacob and it says Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old, and say no other nation. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But he had basically abridged it. It said Jacob and Abraham.
And that cuts all of that. Because you can't add Esau to it because it said Jacob. You can't add Ishmael because you can say that with Abraham because it said Jacob. So you can't even add Ishmael. I'm telling you, man, the Lord, he crafty when he say stuff. Because if you went to count Ishmael, he would like to name a forefather of Ishmael. That was after Isaac.
That's literally what he did. He said Abraham, or he said Jacob. He basically said it that way. But, that's how we read anyway. But he said Abraham. He skipped Isaac and went straight to Jacob. Who had Jacob? Isaac. Just common sense. And then what Jacob had? 12 tribes of children. But next precept we're gonna get is Sirach chapter 43, verse 29.
The book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 29. The Lord is terrible and very great, and marvelous in his power.
Right. So we got a terrible and a very great God, and marvelous in his power.
Verse 30. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can.
Do what?
Exalt him as much as you can.
You may have you saying like in the beginning of the class, man. Exalt the Most High God anytime you can. Hey, in your prayers. Hey, when you're talking about it to somebody, or like any time, man. Hey, the Most High God, he deserves all the honor and praises, man. Every time we wake up and all these things, man. So I mean, who else? If we ain't giving that to him, then who will we really give it to, man? It's like how I they be bringing out. Like, what's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning? Or like, whenever you got these good jobs and stuff, and you getting $40, $45, $50 an hour, $30 an hour with all these things, are you putting that before the Most High God? Because if you ain't giving all praise to Him, then you giving that stuff to Him, and that'll be a guide to you. Right? But go ahead.
Come. Verse 30. Sorry. No. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength.
Do what?
Put forth all your strength.
You don't want no half-ass, man. You want all your strength, man. I don't give a damn if you finna pass out. Hey, that's why even with me when I be at camp, all praise to the Most High. Like, hey, I try to give my 110%. That's why my voice be cracking and all that. My brothers they be messing with me and stuff, man. Like, hey, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for the Most High God. Hey, we go home with headaches, sore throats, and all type of things. But hey, we're doing this for the Most High God, man. We're gonna shout His name across the 4 corners, man. Yes, we can, man. Go ahead.
For you can never go far enough. Who have seen him that he might tell us? And who can magnify him as he is?
So no man has ever seen the Most High God. Moses, he seen the backside of it. That's as much as he seen. But go ahead.
Verse 32. They are yet hid greater things than these be. We have seen but a few of his work.
He said, well, we only seen a few of his works, man. But in our eyes, and our trainer thinking, hey, we think it's a whole lot. I mean, which it is to us. But he said, hey, it's only a few things, man. This is the tip of this iceberg. But Uncle Reggie said,
Verse 33. For the Lord hath made all things into the godly, hath he have given wisdom.
What?
Hath he have given wisdom.
He gave his wisdom, man, to us, man. That's a mighty thing. But next precept we're gonna get, we gotta get it. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1. Wisdom of Solomon 13.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely they are all men by nature.
We know that all men, we be vain by nature. We have these carnal thoughts all the time. But go ahead.
Who are ignorant of God.
So yeah, our people are ignorant of God. Even in times past, we was ignorant of the Most High God. Sometimes we do have our ignorant ways where we probably do the stupid things, man. But we still gotta repent of those things too, just as well as everybody else, man. But go ahead.
It could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. So
all the different things the Most High God got, showing us, man, from the tree, from the water, from the sun, the moon, from the earthquakes, the tornadoes, and all type of different things. We didn't even consider the workmaster, man, because especially like Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom did the same thing when we was supposed to teach them, but they went into idolatry, man, started worshiping the sun and the moon and stuff, man. And we didn't acknowledge the workmaster. But go ahead.
Verse 2. But deem either fire, or wind, or swift air, or the circle of the star, or violent water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods which govern the world.
We did take these things to be gods and to govern the world, man. But go ahead.
With huge beauty, if they be delighted, took them to be God.
Yeah, what?
Took them to be God. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty had created them.
Like how I brought, this precept been brought out for like the past few classes, like with our classes, captain's classes, and officers class. So that's just the spirit we really dealing in. Like we just looking at Most High God, the beauties of the things He created, man. And He said, like, look how much better the Lord of them is, man. They created these things. But go ahead.
Verse 4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them.
Hey, so you know this Most High God, he mightier than all these things, man. Go ahead.
For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures proportionably, the maker of them is seen.
The maker of
The maker of them is seen.
the British accent. But next precept we're gonna get is we're gonna get Sabbath chapter 39 verse 29. You know, we're going into like the compassion and the mercies he's going, you know, he had for us and destruction he's gonna bring upon the enemies. And we're just looking at the works of the stuff that he's been doing for us, man. The stuff that he created. Oh, 39 and 29.
The book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 29. Fire, in hell, in famine, in death. All these were created for vengeance.
For what?
For vengeance.
So going back to that Sirach we just read, we were talking about, hey, the Lord is a great and terrible God, man. Like, he created a whole lot of good things, but he created a whole lot of terrible things too, man. To destroy this place. Like even like with the earthquake that just happened, man. And then you know the wildfires are still going on in California, then the tsunamis that's going on. Hey, so I got ain't playing no games, man. But go ahead.
Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts.
Hey, he got even. Hey, we've been seeing a whole lot of that too, man. I'm talking about all the way from elephants, you know, Bogart and Edomite women, you know, knocking them off their feet, from alligators to taking Edomites' arms off, you know, the other nations too. That damn shark that bit their Edomite pinky off, you know, horses kicking these niggas in the chest, and all type of things, man. Most of that guy, he putting these spirits on these animals, man. Because these animals, they ain't stupid, man. They know who the wicked of this earth is. And why in Job, it says, hey, ask the fowls of the earth, man. And ask the beasts of the earth. Because they know, they'll tell you. They'll show you. But go ahead.
In scorpions, serpents, in the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Doing what?
Punishing the wicked to destruction.
So, you know, it all reverts back to him showing his showing his mercy to us, man. He doing all these things for us, man. But next precept we're gonna get is Exodus 14 and verse 1. I know I'm trying to abridge it as much as I can. I really got it down and read the whole thing.
Oh, damn chapter. I know that.
Hey, that look good, man.
Yeah, man, because it be like that sometimes, man.
Try to abridge it, man. At first, I was just going to touch a little bit on it, but then I was talking to Brother Jose. You know, he talking about you should put that in your class. I was like, yeah, I was gonna touch on it a little bit, but I ain't want to just go too far there too. But then, I was looking at it, I was like, man, I gotta get it, man, because you know it's just going into like the Passover, you know, at the Passover spirit. I know they talking about a Christmas spirit and the Easter spirit and all that. But forget them damn spirits, man. Hey, we gonna have the spirit of Passover.
That's right, man.
Hey, the spirit of dedication when that time
Yeah,
comes.
for real.
All these high holy days, the Most High God made for us. They appointed season. But go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pihah-Haroth, between Migdol in the sea, over against Baal Zephon, before it shall ye encamp by the sea.
I know them boy. Hey, them boy, you messed me up. It said before it shall ye encamp by the sea. But go ahead.
For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart.
He'll do what?
And I will harden Pharaoh's heart.
So, you know, the Most High God basically giving Moses and Aaron the rundown of like, hey, this is all the stuff that's going to go down. And then even when you read those things are acted upon. Then he gonna tell Moses some more things. You know, we're gonna get into it, but go ahead.
That he shall follow after them,
Uh-huh.
and I will be honored upon Pharaoh
Uh-huh.
and upon all his hosts,
Uh-huh.
that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord,
Uh-huh.
and they did so.
That's why, like, even that Proverbs 21:1 say, he say, hey, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, man. He like, hey, I'm gonna harden his heart, but yeah, he's still gonna honor me. Hey, the Egyptians gonna know who I am, man, and who my people is. But go ahead.
And it was told the king of Egypt
Uh-huh.
that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people.
Uh-huh.
And they said, why have we done this thing? Why have we done this? That we have let Israel go from serving us.
So, hey, most of that guy, he just got a strong delusion on him. He's like, hey, you know, they let us go. And then he's like, man, why the hell we just do that, man? Because I ain't finna pick up nothing and try to build a pyramid, even though they can't no way. Man, I ain't finna do all these things, man. Let's go back and get these things. But go ahead.
And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them.
So, you know, he's like he's preparing for war, man. He's like, hey, we're gonna bring these bastards back and change. You know, that's how they, talking to us, man. Hey, not knowing that they the real bastards, though. Hey, we got a guy that we serve, man, that's gonna fight for us. But y'all, ain't got no guy. But go ahead.
And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh.
Hey, what?
And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh,
Uh-huh.
king of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
And he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went with an high hand.
Uh-huh.
But the Egyptians pursued. But the Egyptians pursued after them.
Uh-huh.
All the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen, and his army,
Uh-huh.
and overtook them and camped by the sea, beside Pihahiroth, before Baal Zephon.
So, Israel, we over here in the wilderness, man. Trying to get away from these people. Really, most our guy, he got us like, in that mindset, like, hey, I'm letting you know all the things that's finna happen, man. So y'all know y'all just keep on doing y'all thing. But just know, hey, these people, they finna be after y'all in a minute. But go ahead.
And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid.
So then, yeah, some of Israel, you had a remnant of them that really went, tripping like with Moses and Aaron. Hey, they're like, hey, I know you just told us these things, so all these things gotta be fulfilled. You said it, it gotta be done. Or then you had the Israelites that got a little faint-hearted, got a little afraid. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
So, hey, but they did the right thing, though. Hey, they cried out to the Most High God as soon as they seen these people was trying to take their life.
Verse 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, has thou taken us away to die in the wilderness.
Hey, damn Israelites, they over here talking to Moses like, damn, so you telling me, hey, there weren't no graves in Egypt because you took us in the wilderness to die, man? Over here just questioning, Moses, but really they question the Most High God because Moses is, he just the messenger. Like you say, don't shoot the messenger, man. But go ahead.
Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt?
So they like, man, why you take us out here, man? But go ahead.
Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. So,
yeah, you got the wicked damn Israelites, man. They talking about, hey, we was better off serving the damn Egyptians, man, instead of being in this wilderness because we're going to die. And you're going to have that, because, again, it's nothing doing the sun. We're going to have that same, the same people, like having them same self-spirits, in this captivity, man. When we start fleeing and stuff, they talking about, hey, we're better off in America. We better off in, some of them, they don't even know this is spiritually Egypt and Sodom anyway, but they'll be like, hey, we're better off America. We're better off serving them, man. At least I had a place to stay and all these different type of things, because even like going into like Lot's wife, know, hey, she looked back because all the riches and stuff she had. But hey, you see with her, she died. And then, you know, later on in the Exodus, man, you know, it's gonna be a whole lot of Israelites put to death, man, because of that. Over there doing all that murmuring and complaining. Because they didn't take heed to like who is a God like unto thee, man. But go ahead.
Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not.
Do what?
Fear ye not.
So, you know, Moses, he kept his composure. He like, man, fear you not. But go ahead.
Stand
Do
still.
what?
Stand still.
Stand still. Hold your ground, man. Gird up your loins. But go ahead.
And see the salvation of the
And
Lord.
do what?
And see the salvation of the Lord,
Uh-huh.
which he will shoot to you today.
Uh-huh.
For the Egyptians who you have seen today,
Uh-huh.
you shall see them again no more forever.
It's like, you gotta think about it. Moses was the meekest man, you know, in history, man. But yeah, even then, you know, they pulled the man out of the spirit. But even with this, he's showing all type of meekness. He's like, hey man, don't fear not, man. Hey, sometimes you probably have to speak to some of them with authority. Hey man, stand still. Hey, gird up your loins, man. Hey, because the Most High God, he finna, you know, come through for us like he always has, man. But go ahead.
The Lord shall fight for you,
Mm-hmm.
and ye shall hold your
He
peace.
said, the Lord shall fight for you. He shall hold your peace. Because this is one of the verses we always go to on an everyday basis. Man.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lord shall fight for you. He shall hold your peace, man. Because he's the only one that got the last say so with anything, man. Whether it be when you be at these jobs or get into it with a family member or like these bills is due and all type of things, man. Hey, the Most High God, he always work out things for you. It's like even with me, I'm no longer on the trouble, can't get right, but I'm having some of the best time of my life, man. You know, still work, I still hate it, but hey, I'm better off. Like I have some type of peace, so to speak. Man. You know, because he doing, you know, evil to him, but hey, at the end of the day, the Most High God say, hey, touch not my anointing, man. Do my prophets no harm. I mean, you know, he physically ain't touching, but you know, he try to. I guess he thought he was gonna do something to me, but in reality, hey, it's doing something to him, man. Because like even the dude he, you know, replaced me with, hey, that same self day he started working with him, that first day, when he came back from lunch, the dude had a wreck. Hey, and, you know, and I'm looking at it like, hey, the Most High God, hey, he'll just like with Jonah, you know, he'll kill any and everybody that was in the way of that thing, man, just to get to you.
Yep.
But on the flip side, you know, that's just the wicked part of, you know, when it came down to can't get right. Hey, he'll hurt other people, man, just to get to you. And then he'll put something on you, man. Hey, you know, that's the thing we just gotta keep on enduring and keep on doing, man. But go ahead.
Verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me?
Uh-huh.
Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward.
He said, and the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. Hey, Most High God, he had like that, I guess you could say faith in Moses. He like, hey, Moses, do your thing, man. You know, I'm doing it anyway, but hey, speak to them so they can go forward, man. Because hey, I see what type of spirit you dealing in, and you ain't worried about none of these things, man. So hey, that's why I rose you up in the first place. Hey, lead these people out of this predicament, man. You know, I got your back every step of the way, but go ahead.
Verse 16. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea.
So you know, the Most High God gave Moses some more instructions. Yeah, he was like, hey, lift up thy rod, and you know, stretch the hand over the sea and divide that movie. Hey, you and the children of Israel, y'all gonna walk straight through that movie. Hey, that'd be a scary sight though. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, that's cold, bro.
I damn know where I can't swim, man. I said down but I can't swim, man. Hey, but go ahead.
And I, behold, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horses. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horses.
You know, he basically reiterating, you know, letting them know, hey, I'm hardening Pharaoh's heart again, man. And they gonna walk through that mud. They, you know, they ain't They ain't really finna just be, thinking with their heads because they really don't know what's going on because they like, okay, we're gonna let them go. Now we're gonna bring them back. Now we're gonna let them go. Now capture them. Now we finna go through that mud just like how they going through it. But hey, they still gonna acknowledge that I'm the Lord, the most, of the Israelites. But go ahead.
Verse 19. In the angel of the Lord, in the angel of God, which went before the camp, removed, and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went before their face, and stood behind them.
Hey, here go the king, man. Yahweh shall, man. And that's what that angel is going into. The precept, y'all can precept with that is that Exodus 23 and 20. It says, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. So hey, we had Yahweh shall, right there leading, like you can look at it on the spiritual aspect, like how we just the sheep, and then he the shepherd, man, just leading us out of that mud. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud in darkness. And it was a cloud in darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these. Go ahead. All right. So that the one came not near to the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night. It made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided.
He did exactly what he told him he was gonna do, man. He split that mud right down the middle. He sent a strong wind through that mud. There's so many damn Dragon Ball Z references you can go like, when we did the comment behind, and that mud split over like that. I'm like, damn, man. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
So hey, that mud just standing up like two walls, man. Like, hey, you ain't know no better. You like, hey, that mud sturdy, but go ahead.
And the Egyptians pursued, and they went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked up. The Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. And troubled the host of the Egyptians.
They started getting trouble, man. They like, damn, man, what's going on here? But go ahead.
They took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, "Let us flee for the face of Israel."
So hey, he put the spirit of fear on the Egyptians. They like, man, hell no, man. Hey, they got a God that's really finna fight for them, man. Hey, I don't think we should do this. Hey, nevertheless, the Most High God is still gonna have them harder, man. But go ahead.
For the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And the Lord said unto Moses, "Stretch out thine hand over the sea, and that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon the chariots, and upon their horses." And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength. And the sea returned to his strength when the water appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
Hey, the Most High God, he's like, hey, they walk through this mud, they already like panicking and already afraid. And right then and there, he just closed. He closed that mud, man. And then it says, hey, it went back to his strength. Because we know how water pressure works, man. Like even with them submarines and all that stuff, why you think they be getting crushed under that pressure and stuff, man? Hey, none of them survived. Just think about it, like wild battle. We're like probably 50 feet tall, probably even taller. And they just crash down on you, man. You ain't finna survive that because you either gonna drown or you gonna be crushed by that pressure, man. Because they was all the way at the bottom of that mud, walking through that mud. But go ahead.
Verse 28, and the waters returned and covered the chariot and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came. So like, what you say?
No, read on.
And all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them.
Yeah, he killed every last one of them. He said it remained so much as one of them. But go ahead.
But the children of Israel walked upon the dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them, on the right hand and on the left.
Read on.
Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord in his servant Moses.
Hey man, most of our guy, because he said like, I had like even in the I had to say Israel require a sign. Most of our guy, he watched them black niggas up on the seesaw. So let y'all know that hey, you niggas dead, man. So y'all ain't gotta worry about nothing else. He said that day, hey, they feared the Lord, and, believed him and his servant Moses for that period of time. Then let's get 15. We ain't gonna read the whole thing. We're gonna read like down to like 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord in spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider had he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength, his soul, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God. And I will exalt,
And I will what?
and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is a man of war.
Going to like, who is a God like unto thee? Hey, Lord is a man of war, man. Now go ahead.
The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariot in his host, and he cast into the sea. His chosen captives also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. As a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, had dashed in pieces the enemy. The enemy.
Hey, going to Christ, man. Dash the enemies into pieces, man. But go ahead.
And in the greatness of thy excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble.
Because that's exactly what they is, man. They stumble to the Most High God, man. But hey, who's a God like unto thee? Ain't no other God like unto him. Hey, you just gotta keep on, sticking with him, man. But hey, with that, I say shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, hope class is edifying.
Yeah.
Hope y'all got some more precepts. Hope we got y'all, got y'all better, or like got y'all in the spirit of Passover even more. Because hey, this ain't the last Passover class. Cap's gonna do Passover class tomorrow or something similar to it. And, throughout the whole week we're gonna have other Passover classes, man. These are always good reads because we don't just read these during Passover. We read throughout the year, man. Even to have us remember the things Most High God did for us, man. Just keep those things instilled in us. Thank you for brothers just tuning in and giving to the GoFundMe's and the Cash Apps. The money being greatly used for the building of the kingdom, building of the nation, not for what being swallowed up, like I always say, the TDJ.
Swallowed up. Swallowed up.
Buying mansions and these mega churches and all these vain things, man.
Get swallowed up.
Hey, no Diddy. Hey, no Diddy, man.
No Diddy.
Hey, Diddy.
No Diddy.
TDJ, they had a thing going on.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
nevertheless, man. Hey, I keep on staying in the spirit. But at the end of every class, we always bring out a law. Tonight's law will be Numbers 9, verse 1 through 5.
Said 9 and who?
9 and 1. So we down to 5.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying that the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
So, hey, we always, remind, brothers and sisters, hey, we can't keep Passover in the wintertime, man. You know, in the time of dedication, we got to keep them in this appointed season, just like how tabernacle is. And you're going to keep that during the Passover, man. Because once our God, he wanted a certain way, we're going to give him his way, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
In the 14th day of this month, at evening, you shall keep it in his appointed season.
Read on.
According to all the rights of and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it.
So, it's a certain way that we got to keep that word. We can't just come in here and be some nigga women and nigga men like I can always bring down, man. Like, we got to do this thing in righteousness, man. Ain't going to be no twerking around this word. Ain't going to be no stripping around this word, man. But go ahead.
And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at evening in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel.
That, say shalom.
Shalom.